Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, the Honorable Mr. Luthfi Firdaus, as the lecturer of our business law class, and all of my friends. We are from Group 6, and we are going to do a presentation about the material of labor law, industrial relations, and the bankruptcy law. First of all, let us introduce our team first. Start by me. My name is Sasmitha with the NPM of 2211031125.
My name is Anggun Cahyanti with 3-digit last NPM is 077.
My name is Jevin Chiang with 3-digit last NPM is 133.
My name is Ravololonirina Natacha with the last 3G of NPM 112.
And my name is Intan Nurvadila with my last 3 digit of NPM is 146.
And I'm Yuni Wulandari with the last 3 digit of NPM 158.
This is our agenda for today's presentation, as we are going to discuss the material about labor law in Indonesia and USA, case analysis for the labor law, the industrial relation law, bankruptcy law in Indonesia and USA, case analysis for the bankruptcy law, and finally the connection between the case and the bankruptcy law. The first material will be delivered by me. So, what is labor law? Labor law is a branch of law that deals with the legal rights, obligations, and relationship between employers, employees, and labor unions. Enforcement of laws takes place through 3 stages, namely educative preventive, non-judicial repressive, and judicial repressive. The purpose of labor law is to empower and utilize labor optimally and humanly. And the labor law in Indonesia is regulated in Law Number 13 of 2003 concerning manpower.
Labor law in Indonesian and USA. In labor law in Indonesia, there's a collective bargaining is governed by a law number 13, 20, and 3 on manpower. In USA, collective bargaining is primarily governed by the National Labor Relations Act, or NLRA, enforced by the National Labor Relations Board, or NLRB. In National labor law, provide various protection for workers, such as minimum wage regulation, working hours limit, and workplace safety standard. In labor law in USA, there's a provide Fair Labor Standard Act, Occupational Safety and Health Act, and anti-discrimination law like Title 7 of the Civil Rights Act. The third, labor law in Indonesian, labor disputes are resolved through mechanisms like mediation, arbitration, and industrial relation courts. In USA, labor disputes are resolved through grievance, protest, mediation, arbitration, or litigation.
Okay, next I'm gonna explain about the industrial relation. So the relationship between parties with interest in the production process of both goods and service in the company. Next, I'm gonna explain about the bankruptcy law. So refers to the legal framework that governs the process and procedures related to bankruptcy. Bankruptcy law provides a system for individuals, business, and organizations to address their financial insolvency and manage their debts in an orderly manner.
And I'm going to explain the difference between bankruptcy law in Indonesia and USA. There are 5 mainly different aspects. The first one is the system. In Indonesia, they have a civil law system, while in USA, they use common law system. And the next is the legislation. In Indonesia, they used Law number 37 of 2004 on bankruptcy and suspension on debt payment obligation, while in USA, they used US Bankruptcy Code, Title 11 of the United States Code, and the third one is the types. In Indonesia, there are bankruptcy and suspension of debt payment obligation, or PKPU, while in USA, there are the liquidation, reorganization, and repayment plan. And the fourth is the debt discharge, while in Indonesia, they use the limited discharge of debts, debt repayment plans common, and in USA, there are more broad discharge of debt available. And the last aspect is the court system. In Indonesia, they use the commercial courts that handle the bankruptcy cases, while in USA, they use the bankruptcy courts to handle the bankruptcy cases.
Next, I'm going to explain about case study of bankruptcy, a capital crisis for Silicon Valley Bank, or SVB, to declare bankruptcy. SVB became the second largest U.S. bank failure after the 28 financial crisis in 48 hours. SVB failed to raise $2.25 billion for financial stability. Deposit withdrawals aggravated SVB's capital crisis. SVB lost $1.8 billion selling all bonds to resolve the situation. The Fed's interest rate hikes, SVB's capital crisis, and client bank run caused SVB's bankruptcy. The Fed's 0% interest rate policy increased consumer spending, helping SVB technology company clients. SVB invested heavily in long-term bonds as deposit values rose. Fed raises rates, VC funding drops, tech businesses exit SVB. SVB sells $1.75 billion in bonds for cash. Consumer panic, including founders' fund withdrawal.
Now I'm gonna explain about the case study that happened in Indonesia by PT DGI. Business infraction penalized PT DGA. PT builds 1 March 12, 2020, the District Court Class 2 in South Jakarta fined PT DGD director by 5 million or 1 month in prison for labor law offenses, company regulation, violation, cost PT DGI, Session 1, 2020, NACR. In Swandi Ari said PT DGI breached labor legislation Pascal 108.1, number 13, 2003, Kemenaker emphasizes preventive legal enforcement and judicial repression. Agus, Subjecti, Ronald, Pangabin, and witness, including August Farish, Usni, and 3 civil servant investigators attended the hearing session.
So finally, we're reaching the end of the presentation. That's all from us, and thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.